materials as well. So if you notice, the workbook is an example of a learning material. You are free to fill in whatever you've learned. Not necessarily from the slides, not necessarily from the notes. Everything that you see around you is being placed in your workbook. As opposed to training material, everything is there. You just stick to it. Yeah? So this is how we make it into a learning event. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we are not training our students, we are making them be more of a learner of all things that we have to impart. Now, what do you call yourself then? Are you a learning facilitator or you're an educator? Are you probably not a trainer lah? Okay. What do you call yourself then? What would you like to be called? I personally would like to call myself a facilitator. Not really a lecturer. Lecturer is the position that was given to me. Okay? Facilitator. In class, for instance, in teaching. And I'm sure you do it as well. You facilitate the learning. You don't spoon feed so much, right? And that's where you're different from being a teacher, a normal teacher. Facilitator will show, but not show all the way. More of the input comes from you, from the students. You just facilitate the learning. You just show a little bit of that. And not really the whole thing. And students do some self-discovery, independent learning, and that's what they need. And I'm quite sure that for your programs, everything has a lot to do with theories, right? A lot to do from textbooks. And they have to know it. A is A, B is B. Yeah? Although critical thinking is allowed, right? They have to do the critical thinking and they have to see the situation where patients are like this. What do I do? What do I do? That gives room for flexibility. That gives room for your students to grow as in a learning event. And as a facilitator, you're doing that just fine. Yeah. Any input, by the way, any input from you in terms of being a facilitator and an educator? What would you like to be called?
Wouldn't you say some of us holds both roles?
Both roles, definitely. Yeah. And if you were to see the notes, yeah, and there's no right or wrong. We interchangeably do it every time. Sometimes we spoon feed, sometimes we facilitate, sometimes we change our roles. And for Xiao, siapa tadi? Your name, Miss Nandini, Shalini and Hafiz. That's something that you got to understand as we go along. Being not just lecturers but nurturers. Yeah, they are our family, they are our children. What students are. Have a look.
Finally, of course, it makes sense of it, so it involves interpreting.
What happened, Edwin?
I'm really very tired. Really. Thank you for dinner, Mrs. Chong.
You're welcome. You can treat me when you're successful.
Mrs. Chong. It's time for our dinner.
If that didn't touch your soul, then you're in the wrong vocation. As teachers, as nurturers, as educators, we make people. Yeah? And that's what our aim is. And that's where we are as lecturers, as teachers of Unicare. You never know where the students will end up. In the end, later, they will be thanking us. It makes a big difference to them if you make a big difference to them in their lives. Yeah? And the world is round. Yes? They will remember us. They will remember you guys as the best faculty ever who taught them radiography, radiotherapy, physiotherapy, pharmacy, nursing. They will remember that. Yeah? And we teach because we love them and we are sincere. And that's the most important thing. Alright? Okay. Now, we won't go through the roles and skills and attributes or attitudes of teaching. By nature, by experience, I think we have it in us because we are very much humans, and humans are nurturers. We are mammals. Yeah, mammals, and mammals are by nature nurturing. And we want that for our students. So the roles and skills and attributes and attitudes of us lecturers and educators are the same. Yeah, and you have that in yourselves. It's just that probably we might want to enhance it a little bit more. Yeah. I love this one. How many of you have watched Dead Poets Society before? It's a famous movie, and this is one thing that I show to all my students. In the end, is to actually give them a sense of liveliness, to be alive when they learn and teach. And of course, you have to be alive as well. If you go into class feeling, oh God, this is another day that I dread, dragging your feet, they will see it. They will see everything about you. The first, in any presentation or in any class, the moment the presenter comes up in front, the participants will form the first impression within how many minutes? Within 10 seconds, okay? 10 seconds, 6 to 10 seconds, they will form an impression of you. If you come to class without a smile, they will form an impression of you. Prove them wrong with a smile. Every day to work.
Why was that here?
Feel taller.
No. Thank you for playing with.
I'll play it again.
Why do I stand up here? Anybody?
To feel taller.
No. Thank you for playing, Mr. Dalton. I stand upon my desk to remind myself that we must constantly look at things in a different way. See, the world looks very different from up here. You don't believe me? Come see for yourselves. Come on. Come on. Just when you think you know something, you have to look at it in another way. Even though it may seem silly or wrong, you must try. Now, when you read, don't just consider what the author thinks. Consider what you think. Boys, you must strive to find your own voice. Because the longer you wait to begin, the less likely you are to find it at all. Thoreau said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Don't be resigned to that. Break out. Now don't just walk off the edge like lemmings. Look around you. There you go, Mr. Christie. Thank you. Yes. Dare to strike out and find new ground. Now, in addition to your essays, I would like you to compose a poem of your own, an original work. That's right. You have to deliver it aloud in front of the class on Monday. Bonne chance, gentlemen.
Be creative. In one of your lectures, just get everybody out. Walk the whole campus and go back to class. Just get out of the comfort zone. Be fun. And they will remember that. Why are we going out in RCMP one round? Why? Well, of course, you must do debriefing. We'll understand what debriefing is all about tomorrow. Everything must be related to the learning process. Yeah, everything that we do, any games that we have done, songs that we have used, videos that we have used are all related to the learning process. Yeah, and it takes a lot of effort actually for myself to search for the videos that is relevant to the lessons, and it helps the students to come alive in class. It helps. Try. If you have never done videos in class, this is the time. Okay? Right. We've got 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Now this is the most important thing. Yeah? I love Robin Williams because he makes me envision him as the most memorable teacher ever in that movie. Alright? And I'm sure you have too. And sometimes because we have that most memorable teacher in our past life, we emulate her, right? We emulate him, the way he taught us. So quickly, within your groups, 5 minutes, just share among yourselves who was your most memorable teacher or lecturer and why was she so memorable to you. 1 minute each. Starting now. Within yourselves, among yourselves. Are we done? One question. Are those teachers that you talked about still alive? Passed away. How many passed away already? Hands up. Okay, yes. No lah, muda lagi awak. I made a vow to myself. I need to visit my favorite teachers when I was small. So maybe something that we should do to visit them. Just like yourselves, you can't remember names, but you remember faces, right? I can't even remember my students' names, but I remember those who really made an impact in class. And when they just come up out of the blue and visit you, doesn't it make your heart berbunga-bunga, flowery? Yeah? it makes your heart soar. It makes you feel good inside that they come back and pay a visit to you. Yeah, so probably I have to do that as well. I was going around and I was listening, and most of the time we remember teachers who are strict rather than those who are not strict, right? And I guess because the teachers who are the strictest are the most caring. Yep, I have my bad days with students as well. I'm not always the cheerful, patient Dr. Afiza. And yeah, I think we have to do that sometimes to our students. Alright? Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 20 minutes more, and the faster you do this, the faster you do this activity, the final one for today, the sooner you go. Right? What we have to do right now is get a mahjong paper for each group and do a mind map. We're going to do the last mind map for the whole session. Alright? On a recap of everything you learned from morning till now. Everything that is off and on the charts. Put it on your mahjong paper. So you're going to regurgitate everything on the paper. Yes, vomit it out. Right? And that will be your learning for today. I know, it is a nice song. Okay, everybody. Okay. Can you just give yourself a round of applause for withstanding the first day of teaching Make Effective and Fantastic? You're going to be even more fantastic tomorrow. So here I'm going to ask you to wear something more convenient for tomorrow's activity. Please wear something that is more practical. Wear shoes, pants. Yeah, we're going to do a lot of activity tomorrow. So we don't want you to sweat so much with baju kurung and everything, right? Okay, that's one. Right? And a little homework, case study. That's a quick read. It's all in there. Yeah? And we'll see you tomorrow, same time. Thank you very much and have a good breakfast. And the rest of you, Enjoy your day. Okay. See you tomorrow.